This is Sarah Poff with those history connections. Today I have a history connection with something that I found around my house. This is my great grandmother, Haidee Love Linville. This is her knife. She moved west with her husband about the turn of the century in the late 1890s. She moved from North Carolina to the Oklahoma Territory. This is something that's come forward, and I just thought it was a little knife. My father told me that she cut her snuff with it. So that's how I'd kind of kept it with my items all these years. Then I was learning about quills and how they used them, and I came across something called a quill knife. A quill knife was originally the primary tool used for cutting and sharpening quills, known as dressing the quills. Following the decline of the quill in the 1800s, there was the introduction of the free. The steel or the nib knives were still manufactured, but known as desk knives. And so this could be a quill knife, or it could be a pen knife. So I'm looking at it, trying to get the definition, and I think it's probably a pen knife, which it says the distinction is not recognized by modern collectors, that you have to study a little bit more. But a pen knife is flat on both sides, and this one is flat on both sides. So what do you do with that? If you're trying to experience things from the 1800s like I am, then you use it on your quills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, and it says the curve needs to go that way when I'm cutting. So I'm going to cut my quill, my feather, and then I'm going to clean it out with my knife. With probably my pen knife is probably what mine is. Pen or quill knife. Maybe I'll come across somebody that knows even more than I do, and they can figure that out. Help me figure that out. Okay, there we go. I've got one cut. Now let's see, I think I've got this one cut. Let me do a couple more for you, and then I'll call it good for today. Here we go. I'm going to cut. I'm going to clean. Oh, this one needs a little bit more straightening. You can tell that these have already been used some. Some have, and some haven't been cut yet. You know, as I go, I learn more and more. Because at first I just gave them to the kids and let them stick them in the ink, and they just dipped them in there and they tried to write with them. Now I'm trying to learn more, and I've learned that you have to cut them to make it easier for them to collect that ink in there. Okay, so now this one's still got the stuff up in there that this needs to clean out. See, it works perfect. Works perfect for that. So, you know, it makes me think mine's a quill knife, but, you know, I still don't know enough to know for sure. But I do know it cleans out those feathers really nicely. Okay, this is Sarah Poff, and I've made a history connection to my great-grandmother, Haidee Linville.